This is my report on emerging technologies. For this, I have chosen to use emaze, which has many uses, and the topic that I have chosen for what I believe is an emerging technology is augmented reality. Throughout this presentation, I will give you some highlights, and also I have some video clips which I will play during the presentation so you can get an idea of what augmented reality can look like in the various areas that it can be used. Trends in technology. There are so many trends occurring right now in technology that could qualify as emerging technology. Schools developing their BYOD, or in some cases calling it BYOT, 3D printing, wearable technology, moving to paperless classrooms, and then eventually a full integration of technology. So the question is, where will we be in 10 years, but also where will we be next year? Augmented reality is contrasted with virtual reality. And the difference is basically it comes down to perspective. And virtual reality, the person is fully immersed in the environment that they are in. With augmented reality, it's an open exposure and it's a part immersion into another environment. You can use the technology to see through and around things, whereas in virtual reality, it puts the full person into the world. In augmented reality, it puts virtual things into the user's world. So there's a fine line between the two. But augmented reality, it's live and it's ongoing. And there is a great place that you can find more information in addition to many other sources, and that is through Twitter with the hashtag augmented reality. So some of the trends that are involved with augmented reality are in how you can use it. I have listed 6, with 7 being a kind of catch-all category, but there are many uses for it. How can you access augmented reality? Depends on what you have available as far as resources. On the lower end of the cost scale, you can use something such as Google Cardboard, which I had seen when I was at ISTE. iPads, there's wearable technology, there's the DAQRI 4D, all kinds of glasses being developed with different lenses. You can use it with the iPhones, with the iPads, and it opens up a lot of possibilities. Some of the possibilities that I highlight are in the area of health. I will play each of these so you can get an idea of what augmented reality would look like and how it can be used in various arenas, whether it be in a medical field, in education, for students, for any type of industry. It does have value, tremendous value.
Welcome to the AR Heart app. To launch the app, click the heart icon on your screen. Point the camera of your device at the heart image provided with the app. Once the camera picks up the image, the heart model will appear. You may want to see the heartbeat faster or slower. You can control this by moving the heart rate slider at the top of the screen. Since this is an AR, or augmented reality app, you can move all around the image to see different sides of the 3D model in real space. You can even move the target image to see all angles of the heart. Tap the rotate button to start the heart model on a horizontal rotation. If you would like to see the internal anatomy of the heart, tap the transparent button. With transparency on, you can see the interior chambers and valves of the right and left sides of the heart. To view the lungs,
so pausing that, you can get an idea of exactly what the capabilities are with augmented reality, in particular for somebody who is studying medicine and wants to get a look at how the heart does function. There is additional footage in that video, but I will move on to the next one. So as you can see in this second video, you have options where you can increase the size, decrease the size, look at different parts of the body from the skeleton and the bones through the muscular structure of the body, and there are a lot more possibilities with this type of app. So how can you see this? Well, there are several options available. Like I said, the Google Cardboard is a cheaper version of it that you can use, and you can insert your phone into the cardboard, as you can see on the screen here in the video clip that I will show you. There are other options available. The HoloLens is one that is new for Microsoft. There's the Google Glass, and there are many other companies that are bringing out new developments for these lenses. Oculus Rift, and you can do some research if you have more interest in these areas. All of my resources are at the end of this presentation. Here's what Google Cardboard looks like if you have never seen it or heard of it before. It's pretty cool.
Hey, so this is the new Cardboard. It accommodates larger phones, and it comes in a box like this, and what's different is it unfolds a little bit faster, and you set up the visor, and you set your phone right here, and the big change is that it'll support bigger phones, so it'll support an iPhone 6, so it works officially with the iPhone now. It'll also work with the Nexus 6. Put it in there, and you're pretty much done, and you can stick it up to your face and have VR. The other thing that's new is, if I turn it around here, you'll see there's this funny little metal thing here. It's actually the new button. It's a capacitive foam or conductive foam, and so you push this little lever up here and that taps the screen, and that's the only way to interact with it other than looking around, is you can do little screen taps to select things. That is the new Cardboard. It's pretty simple, but Google says they shipped 1 million of the last version, so I imagine there's going to be a whole lot of these out in the world too.
And there were a lot at ISTE recently, and it was a big hit, and people were trying to get them and try them out, and it was pretty amazing to be able to see things like the Eiffel Tower, or to pick a place that you'd like to travel to, and you'll be able to immerse yourself in that environment and turn around. Here's another example. I'll show briefly.
We've been teaching human anatomy the same way for 100 years. Students get a cadaver, then they look at medical illustrations, and it's completely two-dimensional, and the human body isn't.
Microsoft HoloLens is a holographic computer that you wear. It enables you to bring your digital world into your real world.
At Case Western Reserve University, we are focused on solving problems and creating new knowledge.
My job is to teach, and I really think this could impact almost everything that we teach people. With HoloLens, you can see the muscles on top of the skeleton all at the same time. You can bring them in and out and exactly understand where things sit.
You can take any anatomical part and show any of it. You can move it around, you can make it kind of translucent so you can see through the outside, and that really helped me understand how cardiac anatomy worked. I actually had a moment where I found the aortic valve, and it was the first time that I'd actually seen the aortic valve in relation to all the other anatomical structures. It was a way of seeing it that you couldn't do with an actual heart.
I think this will improve students' confidence in learning anatomy dramatically.
By creating simulations with the HoloLens that lets them have an experience where they can fail, that would be the best way to learn, because we don't allow people to fail too much in real-life medicine.
With HoloLens, you could imagine having a class standing around a model, almost like a tour group in a museum, where they're all interacting completely naturally. I spend a huge amount of time to make sure they become the best professionals, because it's all of our jobs to make the world a better place.
So as you can see from these two videos, you can have augmented experiences. The cost of the lens that you use can vary. The HoloLens, of course, is top of the line. So in thinking of considerations for augmented reality and its uses, there's options available for all budgets. Availability concerns, you have to have adequate power, you have to have the processing speed, and the electrical power, of course, would need to be available. Who can benefit? As you've seen in some of these video clips, anybody can benefit at any age, in any industry, and every day there's new uses that are being developed through these types of augmented reality devices. just looking at this screen from the pictures, one, you can see an example of another lens. The second picture shows students using one of the apps where they color on a flat piece of paper and then use the iPad to augment it and bring it to life. This bottom picture is what it would actually look like, and when you move the iPad around, what you have colored on the paper actually does move around as well. So you can have a lot of fun with it, but it's also a great learning tool like you've seen for things in the medical field or other fields. In addition to the medical field, people can use it for training, for transportation, for military, and other areas. So you need to stay informed. One way is through the hashtag augmented reality. There's a great community through Twitter that has chats and has a lot of information posted daily. There are some examples of the growth. It is estimated that by the year 2020, it is going to be a $150 billion investment, and that the amount of objects that they create to use augmented reality in whatever area that's used will increase as well. One clip that I found recently was about other uses, and there is use for helping the blind to see the light, and visually challenged people were given these Google glasses and they were able to see. So there's uses for people all over the world in any kind of industry. One area that I found to be quite interesting, like I'd mentioned, was at ISTE during the Megashare, where there were tables, and each table had a different theme. And one of the areas that I did not know a lot about was augmented reality. And it happens that a friend of mine was involved in leading this presentation. They use DAQRI, and they have a lot of great information to share. And I videotaped this during their presentation, so I apologize for part of it slipping away, but it is quite entertaining. But it shows you the capabilities of what augmented reality can do.
Dead. Flatline. Didn't make it.
So you can see on the screen the heart is pumping, but she's holding it over the paper on the table.
I know, he's much better than I am. I love seeing the valve actually open. That's my favorite part. Now you can turn the blood flow off. Now if you turn the blood flow, don't keep that one on. The veins are on.
You can see the screen. You can actually hear it.
My phone's over there with Google Cardboard. But we are going to back this day, and we're going to give away these last prizes. If you want to stick around for a few minutes to chat.
So in conclusion, I would like to say that augmented reality really does have a lot of uses in many industries. I've named a few: education, the medical field, construction industry is taking a chance with using the DAQRI 4D and constructing helmets and using it to train their professionals. It can be used to train people in the aviation industry, to help students to learn and experience new opportunities, for going on virtual vacations. Here's a list of some of the resources, including the videos that were in this presentation. There are updates daily through Twitter. There are updates on a daily basis through resources such as EdTech, Tech and Learning, Free Tech for Teachers, and if you just follow any of those, you can find out more information, or feel free to send me a message and I'd be happy to give you some additional information that I have learned as well. Thank you.